Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya and I want to welcome you to yet another reading out here in our Teacup family. Now, the topic for today is what can you expect in the next phase of your life, okay? The next phase of your journey essentially. So, to keep that going, we have three piles in front of us. So, whichever pile speaks to you, make sure you select that. You can, of course, pick according to the beautiful feathers, the imagery, or according to one of these super cute plates that I'm going to be placing on top of every pile. Take your time, make sure you're selecting something that really is your energy, and after you're done, we will start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, this is what the next phase of your life holds for you. So let us look into the energies that are very, very dominant for you. Now, pile 1, the next stage of your life requires you to be patient. It requires you to have a certain kind of understanding that life comes in phases. Events happen as they're supposed to. Life happens as it is supposed to. So if you're feeling very impatient, please know that you have to be a little bit more patient than usual, and planning is going to be very, very important. So whenever you are receiving this message, you need to sit down and have certain goals for yourself, like even short-term goals and long-term goals, and make sure you're doing something every day to achieve that goal. Be patient, know that you are the conscious creator of your life and work accordingly. Yeah, that's very important for the next stage of your life. But the next stage of your life is also going to be very, very fulfilling for you, like personally very fulfilling. You are going to be working in harmony with people around you, but of course, hard work is something that you cannot escape. But remember this, at the end of the period, you will really feel like, all the work that you put in is going to be rewarded for you. And in fact, remember, the energy that you are going to be giving out right now is exactly the kind of energy that you are going to be receiving. So be very mindful about what energy you are sending out to every person who comes in your path, okay? Give out love, love is what you'll receive. So it is an energy of reciprocity that life is going to send your way moving forward. But also, materially, this is going to be a very fulfilling time for you. So all the hard work, like I mentioned, is paying off, especially materially. So this could actually come into your life as, some kind of growth when it comes to your money, some kind of promotion. Money-wise, things are really, really taking up an upward graph. So it's a good time coming for you. But moving forward, you are also required to be much more disciplined. You have to be tough. Your willpower is what is going to take you through the next stage of your life. See, the life of a warrior, think about the olden tribes that were there. How did the warrior succeed? The warriors succeeded by planning, they succeeded by working in harmony with others, and they succeeded by being heroic, by taking action when action was necessary and taking a back step when that action was not necessary. So you are almost like the warrior of light moving forward, but most importantly, remember, working in harmony with other people is important, and making sure your ego is in check at all point of time is also important for the next stage of your journey. It's going to be an incredibly fulfilling time for you is what I'm seeing. One more thing that is going to happen as you move forward is your emotions are going to be very, very balanced. Like every decision you take, especially when it comes to emotional life, will not so much come from impulsiveness or from an emotion. It is going to come after a very, very gradual understanding of your circumstances and making a decision, both fulfilling in terms of your mind and emotions. Yeah. One thing that you need to be careful of is not so much rely on what you're seeing in front of your eyes, okay? Remember, I told you need to be conscious creator of your life. So learn to look beyond what is obvious to you. So in your life right now, you feel like, the progress I'm making is good, but not extraordinary. Try and visualize your life beyond what is. You need to look into what can be rather than what is. Okay, so you need to be much more future oriented than oriented in terms of just the next step. One thing that is going to be important for the next phase of your life is adaptability. Okay, learning when to move from one tree to other. So you need to always identify if something that you're doing is not working, and when you realize that okay, this way, if I'm doing this is not working, change things. Okay, you have to be very very adaptable in the next phase, and also you need to be very innovative. You need to think beyond your current circumstances. Okay, and of course, like a monkey, if you feel like certain things are not working, move. Okay, you don't really have to sit on that one tree, next tree is available, so move. Yeah, that's something that is going to be very important. And on the next stage of your journey, knowledge is going to be very important. So I will not be surprised if a lot of you decide to take up a new area of studying, moving back to university, taking a new course, or just making sure that you're learning something every day. But knowledge is going to be your path on the next stage of your journey. So you're constantly going to learn and relearn how to live your life. Okay, now that's really important for you. Also, the next stage of your life is going to be very very expansive. Now whenever I really understand the term expansiveness, it is always on the path of Jupiter, and of course Jupiter is about knowledge as well. So see, this ties out really beautifully as well. But remember, you are like a player of the long term. Okay, so once again, if you feel like you're very rigid in terms of your mindset, if you feel like you are very rigid in terms of your everyday life, that rigidity from your personality has to go. Okay, there has to be far more flexibleness. And please 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 remember to take care of your ego. Okay, because that ego has to go. Remember, in the presence of ego, knowledge cannot happen, growth cannot happen, because you'll just end up be the kind of person who's like, oh, I know everything. And the person who knows everything, the scope of learning just vanishes there. Okay, so make sure you're allowing any person who comes into your path as being a teacher for you, and learn from every person in front of you. Now, also the next stage of your life is going to be about discovering truth, but this is about discovering your own version of truth. And of course, our version of truth can sometimes be different from the version of other people. So if you feel like, you disagree with certain people, move out of that situation. You don't have to convince them of your point of view. The moment you try and convince somebody of your point of view, you sort of create a barrier in your own journey. Remember, your path is your own, your truth is your own. You discover that and let other people discover their own path. Okay, that's what's going to be important in the next stage for you. Also, what is happening is spiritually you are growing a lot. Okay, and of course the message is opening to the spiritual source. So your own relationship with divine is going to be stronger, and in fact you are going to be finding a teacher to guide you in the next way forward. Okay, like this is going to be a teacher who comes into your life very unexpectedly, and the path you walk on becomes smoother for you. Okay, it's almost like you are going to find some kind of sangha for you, a community for you, and in being a part of that community, you are going to be finding that forward movement for yourself is what I'm seeing for you. But spiritually, lot of growth, really being in connection with the highest self, that is what is going through for you as you move forward. But what is going to be interesting, moving forward, you have to make a choice. What path is yours? Because what I feel like, you are now having to decide which path is yours. Now, is the path that you've always walked on spiritually your path, or a new path is calling towards you? All is possible, all paths will work for you, but remember, it is your own path that is, a life story for you. So decide what path you want to walk on and then stick to it. Then don't change your paths a million times over. So especially for a couple of you, if you're like deciding, is this career right for me or that career right for me, you have to pick one and walk according to that path. Okay, because that is clearly the way forward for you. Now I'm also going to take a couple of more messages from Sai Baba, because Sai Baba is our guide who shows us the way ahead. So let's see what he has to share with you today. Okay, so Sai Baba is basically telling you, if right now the path ahead is not clear to you, or you feel like you are struggling with some kind of problem, you will get a solution when the solution is not obvious as well. Okay, so if you are really wondering what is the right way will be shown for you. Okay, now especially for you, if you are worried about a home situation, or if you're like, where is my home? Remember, wherever you are right now, God, Baba intends you to be there. And when the path ahead is meant to be discovered for you, you are going to be walking forward. But I feel like, you're going to be changing your location very soon. And in fact, I won't be surprised if a couple of you decide to move to a different country or adopt a pathway or adopt a spiritual path that is not belonging to your own country. Okay, so maybe a teacher which comes from a different country, a different culture especially, may also be the way forward for you. Let's see what else is coming through. Telepathy. Okay, so especially Baba is telling you that he can communicate with you through anybody, he can communicate with you from anywhere. Be open to that communication. So I feel like, in terms of your intuition, you are going to be much more stronger than usual, because Baba is trying to communicate with you through his own words. Okay, sometimes through your intuition. And I'm also going to give you a couple of cards from tea leaf to see what lies for you on the next journey forward. Someone new is entering your life. Remember I told you, like, a new teacher will come to you, someone from a different culture, someone from an entirely different country, but this is a new person. Okay, somebody you've not known before. Yeah. And flowers, happiness. So happiness is coming into your life. And of course, with flowers, I always get the message of bug flower therapy. If that is something that is for you, maybe that is going to be an area that you're walking into. Or of course, for a couple of you, having a garden. Or I won't be surprised even if you make, flowers your profession, dealing with flowers. That is also possible for you. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Honestly, I see this as both. This will for you be like increase in material wealth as well as spiritual growth, because like I said, you are entering a newer dimension of spiritual growth. So definitely that is indicated for you as well. And for you, spiritual development. Okay, so basically this next phase of your life is going to be spiritually very, very rewarding. And if you do this right, if you really listen to the advice of the new teacher who comes into your life, awareness, enlightenment is very, very possible for you. But clearly this is a time of expansiveness, and Jupiter is known to be like a teacher for the gods. Okay, so a lot of dimension is opening for you in terms of expansiveness relating to your spiritual life. And birth or conception of a new child or enterprise. So basically you are heading in a new direction entirely. Of course, for people, a birth of a child, so a child can actually be a part of your life purpose as well, and very much then a part of the next journey for you. Or in other cases, this can be a new enterprise, like a new business, a new avenue entirely is opening up for you. Affairs within your family. But the next phase of your life involves your family as well. Okay, taking care of your family, just catering to members of your family is also possible for you. And dealings or relationship with an older man. So for a couple of I feel like this teacher who's entering your life, spiritual teacher is going to be a man. Okay, so learning from a man is going to be important for you. Now this can be a guru, this can be a teacher, but an older man, a wiser man, that is going to be very, very important for the next phase of your journey. But overall, if I have to sum your journey up, it will require you to be patient, it will require you to plan ahead, and also be open when it comes to your spiritual life. Remember, a spiritual life also requires discipline, and expansiveness is coming as well, and material growth along with it. Overall, that is what I'm seeing for you for the next phase of your life. As always, as I wrap this video up, I'm going to leave you with lot of love and lot of prayers for this new journey for you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've picked pile 2, this is what the next phase of your life is going to be. Okay, now I just see a lot of new experiences coming into your life, pile 2. Lot of new experiences, lot of diverse experiences. Like you'll probably be moving in the direction that you've not expected yourself to. Okay, you're going to learn a lot and learn varying things, like different things. Knowledge is going to be very, very important for you in the next stage of your life. But along with that, there is also a lot of bounty coming in. There is a lot of abundance coming in. Okay, so you're not going to have anything less. You are in fact going to have so much more than you even expected for yourself. Okay, so this is like a phase of growth, especially when it comes to your material life. In fact, in the next stage for you, you are going to be getting over a lot of obstacles, like especially in your life things were stopping you or things were sort of becoming roadblocks for you, those roadblocks will also be lifted for you. So the path ahead is going to be much more smoother. But what is going to be important for you is to remember that whatever you choose for yourself, you work firmly on it, and don't let yourself be distracted, because what happens sometimes for you, Pal, too, if a new thing catches your fancy, you have a tendency of quitting what you're doing right now and moving in that direction. Yeah. So hold course in whatever you're doing. Of course, learning new things is not bad, but shifting from your present course is also something that you advise against in the next phase of your life. Now, also what is going to happen is you are going to probably be traveling a lot in the next phase of your life. You're learning a lot, you're being expanded in terms of your horizons. So I see this in the form of learning about a different culture, learning about a different country. Moving to a different country is also possible for you. But let me give this to you plain and simple. Your journey in your life is not so much about your own country, about your own culture. It is about an entirely different culture entirely. So movement from where you are is something that I'm absolutely seeing for you. One thing that is going to be important in the next stage of your life is firstly humility, surrendering your ego and then devoting your life to knowledge. And I don't see this as just knowledge that is going to come to you right now, but lifelong learning. Like you people are going to be students of life, that is coming through as well. Okay, learning, you are going to be very, very wise man in your life is what is coming. But please make sure you always have a beginner's mind, no matter how much you learn. Okay, feel like I don't know anything. That's supposed to be your mantra for you moving forward. Now, one more thing that is going to be important in the next phase of your life is curiosity. Gaining one thing, moving to another. Gaining one thing, moving to another without forgetting what you're focused on. Okay, there has to be like one thing that is going to be the main thing for you and 100 other things. But don't move away from the main thing. That's an advice for you as well. Now, on the next phase of your life, your guardian spirit is that of a wolf. And remember, wolf is not a lone animal. A wolf always walks in pack. So a sangha, fellow learners are going to be important for you at all point of time. And remember something, you have a tendency of having a lot of hidden enemies. And in case of hidden enemies, remember to stay safe, not take unnecessary risk, and also remember to protect yourself at all point of time. But remember, you already have protectors in the invisible realm. So what happens is, anytime any kind of adversity is supposed to come in life, it is taken care of by a higher force for you. Okay, that's something you have to know. But of course, make sure you have a pack, you walk as a sangha and not as a lone wolf. Okay, that's something that is going to be important for the next phase of your life. Along with that, a greater amount of clarity is what is coming to you. So previously, where there was confusion, where there was indecisiveness, firm decisions are what you're going to be taking. And with those firm decisions, money is going to come in, financial growth is going to come in. And of course, the next phase of your life is all about growth. Okay, now this is like you're reaping rewards of what you've sown previously. So if in your life, you've done something good, you got to reap rewards of that as well. Okay, Saturn's blessings once again coming very strongly. You're reaping what you've sown previously. That is coming through as well for you. One thing that is going to be very, very important for you on the next stage of your life is generosity. Especially if you have money right now, money in abundance, please make sure you're donating it. Okay, because donation solves a lot of problems for you is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, but also when it comes to knowledge, if you have knowledge, share it. Whenever you gain something, share it. In sharing it with an open heart, you are going to be reaping a lot of rewards for you. Remember, when it comes to Saturn is somebody who always looks at your karma. And if your karma are such that I want to give to people, you're taken care of. Remember that for your entire life. The moment you give, you're free. You're free of your karma. Okay, please make sure you're keeping that in mind. Now, one thing that is going to be very important for the next stage of your life is your intention. In every action that you're doing, you have to ask yourself, what is my intention behind that action? And if your intention is pure, you're fine. You're fine no matter what your action is like. Okay, so please make sure you're questioning your intention in every way. And remember, to always accept whatever is coming your way. See, in life you will get good and you'll get bad, but if you accept it with humility, if you accept it as whatever is coming from God, you are going to be free. The moment you're like, oh, this is coming to me and this is negative, the moment you judge it, that's when you lose yourself. Don't judge anything. Remember, every experience for you comes from God to enable you to expand as a human being. So you need to be very humble and receive everything as something that is coming from God. Because remember, anytime something comes from God, a path ahead is shown to you. Help comes towards you. And anytime you're like, okay, I did this and hence this is coming to me, you lose out there. So please make sure you're accepting every experience with humility. And even when it comes to your money, don't think that money is coming, oh, I have done this, I have done that, and hence I'm getting a reward. No. For you, everything is coming from God. When you receive it that way, giving it away becomes easier and the path ahead becomes easier as well. Now, one thing in the next phase of your life is going to be very, very important is your sure-footedness. To make sure that you're walking this journey forward with a lot of humility, walking this journey forward with a sort of resoluteness to yourself. You need to know that you need to keep walking ahead no matter what comes your way. Remember, when you walk forward with the intention that whatever comes my way is going to move out magically, remember you had the message of overcoming obstacles as well. If you walk the way forward with the resoluteness that my way is going to be smooth, you will get help from invisible sources. Okay, so help is going to be available. You are supposed to be very, very sure-footed. One thing that is going to be very important for you is, if certain people count on you, or if you promise somebody of something, make sure you're being very, very true to that promise. Okay, hold true to your promise and make sure you act as a person who's reliable. So if you have a tendency of promising something and not really coming true on that, that may pose to be a problem for you. Yeah, Saturn is holding you very, very accountable for your karma on your next phase. Okay, that's something that I'm clearly seeing for you. Yeah, so be true to your word. That's very important for you. I'll give you certain messages from Sai Baba for the next phase of your journey. Look at that, abundance. And the first card for you as well promised you abundance. So the next phase of your life promises to be one filled with growth and abundance for you. Money is coming very strongly. Manifestations. So clearly, for you guys, whatever you are manifesting right now, Baba is helping you make sure that the manifestations are coming towards you very strongly. And all the obstacles that you're overcoming, they are clearly with the help of Baba's blessings for you. Okay, now one thing that is very important for you is not to trust people blindly if you have a tendency to do that. Okay, so sometimes in your life, people wear certain masks and come in front of you, but because of the goodness of your heart, you believe them. So now in the next phase, your job is to recognize who is wearing that mask and who really has good intentions for you. So that is a tricky situation, but trust Baba. He'll help you identify people who don't belong. Yeah, and on the next phase of your life, it is important for you to crush negative thoughts. Negativity, if that becomes a part of your life, things will really get messed up. See, when it comes to your mind, you have to think about your mind like water. What color has the water to be? It's supposed to be pure at all point of time. And what your negative thoughts will do, it will make the water of your mind become black or gray. And that's something you need to avoid entirely. And removing hurdles. Okay, so all the obstacles clearly are moving out of your life. So, a lot of repeating messages. So that makes me feel really good because, clearly things are working. You're moving in the right direction. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of tea leaf cards to see what's coming next in your journey. Okay. Love, deep affection and caring. Okay, so moving forward, I believe when it comes to relationships, you are going to experience a greater amount of affection than usual. And okay, a wish is granted for you. Okay, so if there is something that you're wishing, okay, you also had the card of manifestations here. So a wish is coming true with the help of Sai Baba. But in terms of the wish fulfillment, you're going to get help from somebody. A person is what is possible. pleasure with a close friend. So you are going to be experiencing very deep amount of closeness with friends. Okay, a friend especially is what is coming forth, and success. So the next phase of your life is going to be very, very successful, and especially for you, money is going to come to you from inheritance, by winning something, or by a windfall. Okay, so overall I feel like money is not going to be a problem for you. And also the next phase of your life is going to be involving a lot of people. Remember I told you about sangha. So sangha is going to be a very important part of your life, and having a good time with like-minded people is what is going to be important in the next phase of your life. And remember, when it comes to your sangha, when it comes to people who really value, be a reliable person for them. So when they need help, make sure you are available, and when you need help, I'm sure they will show up for you. And of course, please make sure first of all you know who the right kind of people are for you. Overall, that is what you're going to be experiencing in the next phase of your life. As always, I'm going to be saying a lot of prayers for your growth and wish fulfillment for you. I'll see you in your next one. Bye. Hello, and if you selected pile 3, this is what the next phase of your life, your journey is going to be like. Now, the next phase of your life is honestly something that you cannot control, because whatever is happening in your life, it is destined. It is written by the hand of God. See, what is happening is every good thing that you've done, everything that you've desired, everything you wanted, it's almost like God has heard it and he's giving you an answer to it. Okay, and when God gives you an answer, honestly, he gives you what is best for you, and that in itself is destiny. Okay, you're walking the path of destiny on your journey forward. So in a way, if I were you, I would just be very happy about it. When I know God is writing my destiny, what more can you want? So that's exactly what is going to be happening in the next phase of your life. Now, you are almost walking on the journey of your soul. You're walking the journey of your life purpose. So whatever is happening next is going to change you as a person completely. It's going to free you of certain burdens you're carrying, and is going to make you somebody who's very, very open-hearted. Okay, your heart is going to be opening up to newer experiences and newer dimensions than you've experienced ever before. So it's almost like the journey of ascension has started for you, and you are making rapid progress in your journey forward is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, you're going to be much more trusting than you are right now. Pile 3, that's what I'm seeing for you. Now, you are also going to be experiencing a great deal of fulfillment in your emotional life. See, what is happening is, if in the past you've sort of held up certain boundaries for people, if you've kept certain people at bay, now you're going to be like, I might as well just include them in my life. I might just forgive them and live life happily. So the path that you're walking on is of emotional fulfillment because of your own choosing to be an easier person. You're becoming an easier person. That's what's coming through for you. God is working miracles in your life, pile 3. Miracles. Now, the next stage of life almost is making you a hermit. It's making you a wise person, yeah? I feel like you're on a journey to becoming a sage yourself, okay? A wise man yourself. That's what's coming through. But of course, that stage will require you to be very committed. It'll require to be very devoted to your cause, and also a particular dimension of learning is what is coming through, yeah? Of course, you're becoming a very kinder person as well. There is kindness coming through your reading. I don't know if you remember, pile 3, in a previous reading, I told you, when I was holding that crystal, that the energies are becoming very clear for you. And this is just like on the way forward, things are clearing out, blocks are being resolved. That is the kind of energy that I'm feeling for you. In fact, you are also going to be moving very, very rapidly towards fulfillment is what I'm seeing for you. See, if any kind of blocks were on your path right now, those blocks are out, and you're moving very, very rapidly towards the person that you're supposed to. Of course, this will take you on an intense journey as well, pile 3, okay? For some, this journey can actually involve physical movement, like moving from one place to another, visiting a place of worship, or in your mind, okay, in your mind's eye, going to a place of worship and being very, very mindful out there. It's going on a journey, it's taking you on a journey. Now, for you, pile 3, Your spirit guide, your animal spirit guide is actually a deer, okay? And remember, the message that comes with the deer is pathfinder. So it almost feels like you are on a guided journey, whatever is happening, okay? And in that guided journey, all you have to do is trust your instinct and know that there is a person in front of you, walking in front of you, who's guiding you forward, okay? You're not really walking a journey which is like completely unidentified or completely beyond your control. There is somebody else controlling you, okay? And who's almost like, showing you the way forward. It's like a shepherd walking in front of you. That is the visual that I'm getting here. Just walk this path, okay? Just walk this path. And once again, this is a message of not accumulating a lot, like the journey of a sage, like the journey of a hermit, leaving your baggage behind, okay? Not taking up too much, not taking up new karma too much. That is what is indicated for you. Now, this next phase of your life is almost like a gambler. When a gambler really gambles something, he doesn't really know that the choice he's making, whether he's going to get money out of it or he's not going to get money out of it. He's just playing according to his luck. He's almost losing things to fate, and that's what's exactly happening for you. So you're going to be much more willing to trust in the unknown, and you're not even going to be having any doubts about it, okay? You're like a gambler taking a chance. This is the energy of the fool. So you're almost like back to being at ground zero and learning and relearning things again. That's what's coming through. Look at that. You're just walking in the flow. See, it's like, Gandalf. It's like you're Gandalf now. You're already wiser, but you're just walking a path of greater kind of knowledge yourself, okay? You're in this beautiful flow. Your energies are flowing beautifully, and look at that. You're also very, very protected by angels. You're cherished by angels. Everything around you is very, very divinely guided in the next phase of your life is what I'm seeing for you. Now, along with that, it's almost like, once again, you are at the beginning of your journey. I got the message of the fool in the beginning, so this is again at that. But remember this, even though you are on a stage of ascension, this is almost like you are like, I don't know anything. All the worldly knowledge that you've accumulated so far, it's like, it's done. It's out. You have to start again. This is like a new journey entirely. So everything that you've learned so far, it doesn't matter anymore. You have to start learning again. But it's a beautiful journey. You're free of baggages. And what more can you want? And honestly, you are into an unknown territory. You may not even identify where you are, or you may not even know exactly where you're heading, but it is okay. Somebody else, a higher force, knows exactly where it is taking you. So all you need to do is have faith and have trust that wherever you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And one more thing, I'll tell you this very clearly, that I am not even having one iota of doubt when it comes to this. The journey forward is going to turn you into somebody extraordinary. Like all of the talents that you have within yourself, every good thing about you is going to shine once again. See what is happening, sometimes in our lives or in our homes, we have a mirror that is dusty. But when you pick up a cloth to clean it up, what happens is, in the end, it shines. The mirror shines once again. Once the dust is clean. That is what God is doing for you in the next phase of your life. He's making you clean. He's going to give you a great amount of honors, is what I'm seeing. You're going to be respected a lot as you move forward, okay? You're going to gain a lot of respect. It doesn't matter what your age is. You're walking a path of respect is what I'm seeing for you. I'm going to give you a couple of messages from Sai Baba to see. Okay, have faith. Okay, this really makes sense, because all you need to do on the next phase is have faith. Just have faith. You're walking in a different direction entirely. And one more thing that is very important for you is, on your path, on your journey, you have to be satisfied with what you have. Do not want what somebody has, because clearly you are going to receive something that is extraordinary, something that people can even just desire and not ever have. You are going to have that. That is the kind of life that you are meant to live. Your journey, your life is meant to be extraordinary. So don't want what others have. In fact, you're going to get so much better. spiritual teacher. Basically moving forward, I feel like you're already guided, but there is going to be a presence of a teacher guiding you forward. Okay, this is like, what has happened is, in your life you've had two teachers, one who has brought you till here, done their job, and now handed you over to a different teacher to pick up the project that you are in the way forward. Okay, so you're changing a spiritual teacher, so this is like new person coming in. That's what I'm seeing for you. Okay, and remember, you are going to get exactly what you want, but in a different way. Okay, so I feel like your desires are going to change moving forward as well, and your desire is going to match the highest kind of desire ever. And one more, you have no need to fear, no need to fear at all. You're constantly protected on your journey, not only by angels but by Baba or your own guru. Now I'm also going to give you tea leaf cards to see what's coming next for you as well in your journey. Peacock, beware of great pride. Okay, now it's so amazing. Look at that. You have two peacocks. Of course, you're going to be extraordinary. Of course, you're going to be honored. People are going to respect you. But beware of great pride as a result of being that peacock. That's coming through for you as well. And you also have a secret admirer on your way forward. Okay, I'm not surprised. I can imagine you having hundreds of admirers, honestly, considering the extraordinary life that you are going to be living. So, compliments from an admirer. Okay, career wise as well, I feel like you will be receiving a lot of recognition, a lot of rewards on this way forward. Okay, especially the next 2 years are going to be very rewarding, is what I'm seeing for you. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Okay, so on this way forward, maybe there is a person in life who may not be very, very reliable. So be very careful who you trust, is another message for you in the next phase of your life. Dark man, dealings a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So you are going to be dealing with somebody with dark complexion or hair, but of course, any new person coming into life right now, please make sure you're just not trusting them immediately. Okay, that's something you need to know. And money path. Okay, so financially as well, there is no problem as such, but you're walking a new path as well. So maybe for a couple of you, career change is possible, but a path with money is waiting for you to find it. So this is a new stream of income opening itself to you. And position of authority. So clearly you are going to be enjoying a position of authority in your future. So a lot of respect is what I see coming towards you in your life, and this is something you deserve. Okay, because it's destined in a way, so obviously you deserve it. It's going to come much more quickly than you expected, but of course, please make sure not being a little bit too proud about it. That's all. Overall, this is what is coming towards you in your life. As always, as I wrap this video up, I want to leave you with nothing but my best wishes for your life and lots of prayers. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.